Good day, so picture this. You're just chilling, maybe going about your day, and bam, you realise there are snakes everywhere, right? Like not just in the bushes, but sometimes even in the toilet. Crazy, huh? And then there are these massive spiders just casually snatching birds out of the air. Like no big deal, they're just hanging out in the yard doing their spider thing. And you know what? Today we're taking a trip to Australia. Yeah, that Australia. The place where it feels like every creepy, crawly and giant beast is just living its best life, totally free. So we're talking about everything from enormous crocodiles that could swallow you whole to terrifying sharks that make the ocean their playground. And the fact that 25 million people are just like existing alongside all of these creatures, mind-blowing. Honestly, I'm hooked, and I bet you are too. So stick around till the end, okay? Let's dive into this. Great white sharks. This beautiful sunlit Australia you see is actually a large island, similar in size to the United States. It's surrounded by water on all sides, and the surrounding water is the primary habitat for great white sharks. Although not all Australian coastlines are safe, there are 6 extremely dangerous areas when it comes to these sharks. Specifically, going there is prohibited. So in these specific locations, sharks with sharp teeth will definitely hunt you. Port Lincoln, Coral Sea, Ningaloo Reef, and the popular holiday hotspot, Byron Bay, and finally Shark Bay, also known as Success Bay. The size and strength of the sharks here are quite terrifying, and they're responsible for over 900 violent attacks since the 18th century. A large female shark can grow up to 20 feet or 6.1 metres and weigh 4,200 pounds or 1,900 kilograms. Their mouths have about 3,000 teeth, and they have 5 sharp front teeth ready at any moment. They don't eat humans, but they won't hesitate to kill you. Australian giant centipede. Now we're going to look at a giant centipede. To be honest, this creature is really big. This centipede is about 6 inches long. Have you seen one like this before? Believe it or not, they attack snakes. And if that doesn't surprise you, I have more to share. They have 25 pairs of legs. They are the largest centipedes ever to roam Australia. Their appearance is also very frightening. They come out only at night and hide during the day, which makes them terrifying. This animal is nocturnal, so it can be seen at night. They go out at night to search for food in garbage bins. This centipede is somewhat venomous. Fortunately, it's mostly venomous to reptiles and other small creatures like mice, not humans. But don't be too happy, because their bites can be fatal at times. Sometimes they kill snakes. The Australian giant centipede can be found in several areas, but they prefer dark and damp environments. They can also protect themselves from harsh weather, so they won't hesitate to turn your Australian home's plumbing system into their home. Redback Spider Australia is famous for these deadly spiders that can be found everywhere. They are very small, but very cunning and venomous. The redback spider gets its unique name from the distinctive red stripe on its body. This beautiful creature, like other insects and spiders, can be seen almost everywhere in Australia. It could be in a bush outside or inside a mailbox. They live everywhere imaginable. People have been living with them for a long time. Sometimes they live in Australian toilets instead of cockroaches. These spiders bite. They have been biting people for a long time, but it wasn't a big deal because there's anti-venom available. However, there was one fatal incident. It happened in 2016 and involved a 10-year-old boy. Anti-venom for their venom was discovered in 1956, but the most important thing is that if you can't get the anti-venom in time, you could lose your life. Although this small spider is only half an inch long, its work is not easy for these reasons. King brown snake. This snake you see will definitely scare you. At 10 feet or 3 meters long, they are very long snakes. The mulga snake is one of the longest venomous snakes and is also known as the king brown snake. They roam all over Australia. So be very careful. If you're in Victoria or Tasmania, you're safe. They can reach you anywhere else. Compared to other snakes, this snake has a very weak venom. But what's more deadly is that they produce a venom dose of 150 milligrams when they bite. These snakes inject more and more venom to kill their prey, holding on to it. Another reason why Australia is unsafe is this guy. This is another one you can find in Australia. This is the dangerous-looking tiger snake. If you're going hiking, you need to be very careful. This animal is abundant in the southeastern coast of Australia, including Victoria, New South Wales, and Tasmania. So always be vigilant, or this reptile could strike you unexpectedly. The tiger snake has a deadly venom. They grow up to 7 feet long and are hard to spot when they slither through tall grass. Their venom is a presynaptic neurotoxin that can cause paralysis and muscle weakness. And if this venom enters your body and you can't find a hospital, you'll definitely die within 30 minutes. The worst part is, you don't have to be hiking to find them. Tiger snakes are known to enter major cities like Melbourne and small villages at night in search of food. Another disadvantage is that these tiger snakes hunt at night, making them difficult to identify. They are the second most common cause of snake bites in Australia annually. So if you're going to Australia, definitely stay indoors at night. Saltwater crocodiles. The next creature I'm going to show you is one that even the great white shark can't mess with. We're now going to look at saltwater crocodiles. This crocodile has a lifespan of 70 years, which is quite a high life expectancy. However, this is not a big deal compared to the other things about this crocodile. This crocodile weighs 2,200 pounds, or about 1,000 kilograms. They can grow up to 5.2 meters, or 17 feet. They have giant, powerful jaws, so stay away from their territory. There are many beaches in Australia that are closed due to crocodiles. They are very ferocious and sometimes even kill people. When you go to Australia, always remember that these crocodiles hide underwater in the coastal swamps and rivers of Western Australia, the Northern Territory, and Queensland. Funnel web spider. When you think of Sydney, happy thoughts come to mind. Things like the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge come to mind, but you need to know something else. Besides these things, that's the funnel web spider. This spider, as usual, has 8 legs and is considered the most dangerous spider in the world. This spider can be found in the bush and your Australian backyard. Although Sydney is a beautiful place, it becomes dangerous because of creatures like this. This animal is sometimes incredibly aggressive and attacks without any apparent provocation. If they decide you're their next prey, they'll definitely bite you. If by chance you don't have access to antivenom, a funnel web spider bite is fatal, and you'll definitely die within 15 minutes. They can see up to 6 feet underwater. Eastern brown snake. You should definitely run away when you see our next guest. This is the eastern brown snake. You already know that Australia is home to many strange and mysterious creatures. Everything you've heard about this eastern brown snake is true. They are a highly venomous snake that has killed many people. They live all over the country, including populated areas and cities. Their venom can paralyze and cause heart attacks within minutes. Hercules moth. Say hello to the Hercules moth. Moths usually circle around lights and don't seem harmful, but the Hercules moth is different. They have 12-inch wingspans. Yes, they're that big. They're about the size of a bird and can be seen throughout the year in northern Australia, where there's usually warm and tropical weather. If you see them from a distance, you might be tempted to approach them because they're beautiful, but don't pick them up because they'll bite your hand. Blue-ringed octopus. At first glance, this animal doesn't seem very dangerous as it swims through the sea. They're quite small, about 5 inches in diameter. However, this sea monster uses 100 tentacles to catch its prey. The blue-ringed octopus is naturally quite aggressive, but they won't hesitate to release their venom on any suspicious opponent who accidentally disturbs them. The most dangerous thing is that you might not know they're there because they hide in the water. You only see the blue-ringed octopus when they're angry. When they get angry, they release their venom. It's 10 times more powerful than cyanide. Simply put, it's powerful enough to kill 2,000 people quickly. These creatures only live in the Pacific Ocean, so if you're on land, you'll never encounter them. Spiders, sharks, snakes. Australia is an amazing place. So what do you think? Are you going to Australia or not? If you get the chance, you go, right? With that, we come to the end of the video. Which animal from the video scared you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. See you in next video.